What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Great League, and today I'm going to be showcasing a team that I've been having pretty good success with. I think in this video here you're actually going to see me have an 8-game win streak and essentially going 9-1 in these two sets here. And this team consists of SWAMPERT, Defense Deoxys, and Skarmory, and you can see the move sets up on the screen there. And we have some very hype battles in this video. A lot of battles actually where I had a very unfavorable lead matchup, but because I was able to regain switch advantage with Defense Deoxys, I was able to flip that matchup and allow my Skarmory to get onto the SWAMPERT hard counter, which is really good. I think SWAMPERT is a very safe lead in the meta right now. Worst thing you could possibly see is obviously like a grass type user, right? Like if you run into one of those Shadow Victory Bell like Bastiodon team combinations where they have the Shadow Victory Bell in the front, it's going to be very difficult to come back from that. But there are a few matches in here where I encounter a grass lead and I'm still able to flip that scenario. It really depends on that secondary matchup, what Pokemon they have to punish the Defense Deoxys safe swap. Defense Deoxys is very bulky. Skarmory also has a lot of bulk going for it, so even if you encounter an Azumarill in the lead scenario with SWAMPERT, which is very common, you have a lot of play because of the Sludge Wave nuke in there. If there is no lag, you can actually throw a Sludge Wave right before the Azumarill is able to queue up an Ice Beam, which I do that fairly frequently, and then I'm able to make kind of a swap into my Deoxys to attempt to catch a move there. But we'll kind of see how a lot of these games play out. I've been really liking this team. I'm getting very close to rank 8, which is pretty exciting. This team has definitely helped me pick up a lot of wins, so hope you guys enjoy these battles, and let's kind of see what's going on here. SWAMPERT in Whiscash is a very favorable scenario for SWAMPERT. I'm going to be getting to these Hydro Cannons at the same time that the Whiscash is getting to the Mud Bombs, but Hydro Cannon does do a lot more damage than the Mud Bomb. So I'm over farming here, and they are deciding to stay in, which kind of makes me think that they also might have a weakness to SWAMPERT in the back. They're also no shielding. So essentially they're just going to be sacking this Whiscash. I can overfarm a little bit here. Now they switch into Abomasnow, and I'm actually going to throw this Sludge Wave. This just guarantees that I'm going to get the shield here, but I did dump all my energy on SWAMPERT, which is kind of unfortunate. But this is going to allow my Defense Deoxys to get aligned to this Abomasnow. Even if it's Energy Ball, which it is, there's still no need to shield that first one. There is a case to be made. I could have shielded up that first one, but honestly, like Defense Deoxys against Whiscash is not super great, and they just let their Abomasnow go down anyways. So I have switch advantage, I have shield advantage, things are looking good. This Mud Bomb is still not going to be enough to KO, so they will be able to Mud Shot down, but I will be able to get this Rock Slide as a parting gift, which is really good. And then I actually aggressively switch into my Skarmory to avoid being farmed down, and they also simultaneously switch into their Drifblim. I'm up in shields. I know that they're just going to go straight Icy Wind, but I want to build up some extra energy here to still threaten the Brave Bird. There's no way in heck that I would throw the Brave Bird right off the bat, and they know that. But this is pretty favorable for me. It takes 4 hexes to get to the Icy Winds, and they're just spamming Icy Wind, which is the correct play. I think I'm still barely out of range of Shadow Ball here. So there goes the shield. I'm going to get outpaced to this next move, so I switch in my SWAMPERT there, hoping to catch something or potentially get to a Hydro Cannon. That was a really bad misplay on my part. But I did clear my debuff, which was kind of the main point of that, so these Air Slashes now can do more damage. This allows me to farm down the Drifblim. I'm able to get to a Sky Attack and take out this Whiscash. So even though the SWAMPERT swap was kind of bad because it gave him free energy, it allowed my Skarmory to clear the debuff. Okay, SWAMPERT mirror match. Typically my SWAMPERT loses the CMP tie because my SWAMPERT has pretty decent IVs for PvP. So a low attack stat. It looks like I actually did win the CMP tie there, or they snuck in an extra Mud Shot. I never know in these mirror matches. And at this point in time, I decided to shield up that first Hydro Cannon. Yeah, you can see they did sneak in an extra Mud Shot, which is really not good for me. Out comes Defense Deoxys. I'm going to overfarm here, throw this Hydro Cannon, and then most likely mirror with my own Defense Deoxys. I'm anticipating that this is going to be a full mirror team. I have been using this team on stream for a couple days now, so thousands of people have seen me battle with this live, which, by the way, if you guys haven't checked me out on Twitch live yet, make sure to check out the link down in the description and drop a follow there. You can watch me battle live. So I'm assuming they're running Rock Slide. Yes, they are. Even if I lose switch advantage here, it's not that bad. I'd like my Skarmory to get an energy advantage for sure, so I will let this go down and then come in with Skarmory to get a jump start on energy. And I'm very close to a Hydro Cannon on my Swampert. I actually switch into my Swampert immediately to land this Hydro Cannon. This will most likely get the last shield. It does. Now the thing that's going to do the most damage is the Hydro Cannon from their Swampert, so I need to be aware of that. I'm kind of doing a bad job of keeping track of my opponent's energy on their Swampert right now, so you see me over farming a lot of energy here before I throw a move. I'm trying to wait for my opponent to throw a Brave Bird. Now if this is a Brave Bird, I kind of have to shield it, but it's only a Sky Attack. This is really rough, but I have all this stored energy on my Skarmory. So out comes their Swampert. When I was playing this game, I was keeping good track of their energy. When I'm commentating it over right now, not super great. So I knew I could farm those 2 extra air slashes, and this is just a Sky Attack. Thank goodness. This is going to allow me to get to a Sky Attack crazy close game. Mirror match the entire way through, and my opponent had CMP, or my opponent snuck in an extra mud shot, which was a really great play by them. Very good game. Swampert, okay, here it is. Horrible lead. Venusaur is literally like the worst grass type I could see. And then really hard punish to my defense Deoxys here. Not great at all. I get the first shield though, so I'm going to try to get a shield advantage. They throw the Shadow Ball, it does take me out. I'm really hoping that whatever is in the back, Skarmory can sweep, because at this point, double shielded Skarmory is my win scenario. They're even able to get off this Icy Wind before I can get to Hydro Cannon. Not good. Really not good. There's no way that they shield this. I'm still up in shields though. So I think what happens here, well, let's just see. I can't quite... Okay, I actually switch in my Skarmory to get a jump start on energy. And as you can see, it's actually a Scrafty in the back. So this is going to allow my Skarmory to totally sweep their back line. But I'm going to farm up a lot of energy here. I know that they're going to commit their shield on this Scrafty. But I want to be able to Sky Attack the Venusaur, and there's no point in over farming right here because the counters are going to do so much damage, and Venusaur's moves really don't do that much damage. Oh man, this thing just fell. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect my camera or anything here. So as you can see, Venusaur comes out, and I will be able to survive the Frenzy Plant, and then this Sky Attack is going to be able to take this thing out. So came back from a Venusaur lead purely because double shielded Skarmory was the win con in the back line there. So I got very fortunate there. Oh my gosh, look at this. A Razor Leafer in the lead. These battles were happening back to back, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So the only reason that someone would switch a Hypno onto a defense Deoxys is if they're running Shadow Ball. So I shield up this Shadow Ball. It's actually extremely important that I win switch advantage here. That's really the only way that I can win, because Swampert has 0 play against Torterra, especially Razor Leaf Torterra, which I think the other move that Torterra learns is Bite, so I doubt anyone's running a Bite Torterra. That's pretty spicy, so I'm going to double shield this, and because my opponent is just going straight for Shadow Ball, this allows me to outpace them. So as you can see, I'm 1 counter away from getting to this Rock Slide, and I'm able to get it right there, and this is going to be just enough to take out the Hypno, which is absolutely amazing. Skarmory is such a hard counter to that Torterra, it doesn't even matter. Out comes Torterra, have to let this get farmed down, fine by me. Skarmory is going to come out, and then I'm probably just going to blind swap whatever they bring in. So this Torterra does learn Stone Edge, and I think I get hit by a Stone Edge right here. Yep, and then they switch. and it's actually a Toxicroak. So I'm going to overfarm a little bit, then throw the Sky Attack. It should be just enough to KO, and then I'm going to be able to get to the Sky Attack on the Torterra. Very, very close game still. Even though I had a full health Swampert in the back, the Razor Leafs were absolutely going to melt it. So good game there. All right, so we were on a 5-0 win streak from that first set. Here we go. Very good lead for me. Out comes Blossom, the Razor Leafer. And so I have a really solid response to this with Skarmory. Now, none of Blossom's moves are threatening at all. I have seen a lot of people use Razor Leaf Cherrim as their Razor Leafer, which does more damage against Skarmory. Now, what you see here, this is not lag. This is not lag. My opponent wants my Skarmory to be healthy so they can farm down with Bastiodon, and I want to wait out the switch clock. So I'm not attacking them a whole bunch. I'm capped out at 100 energy here. I want to preserve my Skarmory because I know that there's another grass type in the back. So I'm going to switch into Defense Deoxys here. There's the other grass type. It's crucial that we baited it out here. I'm going to most likely burn both shields with these rock slides here and then land the Sky Attack on the Victory Bell with my Skarmory because I saved all this energy. And then this allows my Swampert to get aligned to the Bastiodon. And it's a very clean victory here against the Bastiodon double Razor Leaf team, which I know actually a lot of people enjoy running. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do get acid sprayed there, but it was just safe to commit a shield there. Fine by me, and the switch clock is up, so Bastiodon's going to come out, and then Swampert's going to absolutely destroy that thing, so they leave the match. Good game. Alright, Swampert in the Scrafty. Defense Deoxys and Skarmory can for sure both hang with this. Obviously, the Defense Deoxys needs to look out for the foul play. Now, you're going to see me actually give up switch advantage a lot. I do shield this up because I was worried that it was a foul play. So here, I'm going to throw another Hydro Cannon. If they shield here, I'm going to swap. So they shield, I switch into Skarmory, and I catch, even if it's a foul play, that's totally fine. I give up switch advantage a lot, and it's for this reason right here. If there is a Stunfisk in the back, Defense Deoxys and Skarmory cannot deal with it. So I need to get it on the field as quickly as possible. And this allows my Swampert to take out that Stunfisk. And then it will allow my Defense Deoxys to avoid the Stunfisk, which is really good. They are by far overcapped on 100 energy here. So they're allowing me to hit another Sky Attack, which puts it in Mudshot downrange. And now they throw the Rock Slide. So things are looking pretty good. At this point, kind of have a tough decision to make here because I know this is just a Rock Slide because you can't stack a Rock Slide and an Earthquake back to back. So shield that up. I store a Hydro and then I switch into my Deoxys to try to counter it down. In the back is Tentacruel. So I'm going to go straight for the Thunderbolt here. Tentacruel is a very interesting pick. When I saw this, I was like, what the heck is going on? It's also very bulky, so it tanked that Thunderbolt just fine. If this is Acid Spray, of course it's Acid Spray, and it gets shielded, which feels really bad for me. I'm going to go for the Rock Slide bait here. But because my defense has been lower, this does put me in Hydro Pump range, which is absolutely horrible. And I lose CMP tie here. Oh man, not good. Hydro Pump takes me out. And then they switch in their Scrafty, and I'm able to instantly Hydro Cannon this thing. So they're not able to go for the combo play, and then I'm able to... and then they brought out the Tentacruel, and then I also Mudshot down the Stunfisk. So good game. Swampert and Stunfisk. This is the dream lead right here. So anytime your opponent is staying in like that, you can kind of anticipate that they're going to try to catch something. So that's why you see me just continue to farm. And then typically I throw the Sludge Wave, and if it lands on the Azumarill, that's when I switch into the Defense Deoxys. If it doesn't land and they shield it, I stay in there and continue to just go straight Sludge Wave and match their shields. But I'm in a very favorable scenario here. Down goes the Azumarill. I know the Stunfisk is probably going to come back out, and it has loaded energy. Okay, this is just a Rock Slide though. Still not enough to KO me, but it does put... Oh, it is just enough to KO me. Nice. But they are now out of energy again. And so Swampert is pretty stoked about this. They're also staying in here, so I wonder if they're going to sack the Stunfisk. No, they shield it. The safest play here is to mirror my opponent's shields, but I know they're going to bait me. It's totally fine. It's too risky to not shield. There's the sack swap again. Galvantula in the back is also very scary for this team. But because I have this energy, because they let the Hydro Cannon through, I'm going to come in with Skarmory, farm it down. I know this is a discharge, but they can't Volt Switch me down, and the Air Slash hits for neutral damage on Galvantula. Out comes the Stunfisk again. We're totally fine here. We have some loaded energy on Swampert, and like they have to throw something to take me out, because if I get to another Brave Bird, they're gone. So they really don't have that much stored energy. At this point, I just have to build up to back-to-back Hydro Cannons. Even if this is a Rock Slide bait, which it most likely is, have to shield it, but there's no way they're going to be able to get to an Earthquake there. So good game there. If I remember correctly, Rock Slide is 45 energy, right? And Mud Shot generates 9 energy per Mud Shot. And Earthquake is 65 energy, I think. So if they're at 100 energy and they throw an Earthquake, that leaves them with 35 energy. Or no, if they throw a Rock Slide, that would leave them with 55 energy, right? We're doing math on video here. So then that would require them to do 2 more Mud Shots. So that's something that I kind of need to keep in mind. If they're at 100 energy and they throw a Rock Slide bait, it's going to take them 2 more Mud Shots to get to that Earthquake. So this is an example of the team comp that I instantly lose to, and there's literally nothing that I can do. Razor Leaf Tropius in the lead. Swampert has no play against it. And then a Sableye Punish for my Defense Deoxys swap. And as you will see, they have a Stunfisk in the back, so there's literally 0 play here. If it was an Air Slash Tropius, I could do like some fancy farm down and try to get a Sludge Wave against it, but you can't stay in that matchup. So that's pure hard counter team comp. So I think I leave the game here because they have perfect alignment and they are also very fast with their swaps. Or maybe I stay in for the sake of the video just so we can see how close I make this. But I encountered this team a couple of times. Razor Leaf Tropius in the lead. I've seen Arrow use that a lot. He really likes the Razor Leaf Tropius in the lead. And it's essentially just almost an instant loss for my team unless they don't have a hard punish to a Defense Deoxys safe swap and I'm able to regain switch advantage somehow. My Swampert was so low I wasn't even able to do anything with it because it ate like 1 Razor Leaf from the Tropius. So good game here. This is what killed my 8-game win streak, which was unfortunate. I never really get very long win streaks, but it's all good. Swampert into Stunfisk. Okay, this is favorable for me. This is favorable for me for sure. Out comes Toxicroak. I have my Skarmory as a hard punish to this, and this allows my Skarmory to avoid the Stunfisk, which is really great. I'm worried about a Dynamic Punch, but thank goodness it's just a Mud Bomb. So I actually can farm this all the way down, especially since that Air Slash just went through as well. This is going to leave me with minimal health to be farmed by the Stunfisk because I know it wants to farm me down. And so I'm going to try to double Brave Bird this thing. It's a Mud Shot Stunfisk as well, so it's only doing resisted damage to my Skarmory still. And they eat 2 Brave Birds, which does so much damage. I'm going to bring up my Swampert. Because this is not Galarian Stunfisk, I don't need to be worried about a potential Earthquake. They're just going to Mud Bomb spam me into oblivion here. And I'm totally fine with that. They're still staying in. So you saw me over farming a little bit still because I was worried about a swap, but nope. Now they're going to sack it. In the back is Shiftry. Double shielded Skarmory is going to be, double shielded Deoxys is going to be able to handle this just fine because the counters are adding up. They baited me, which is really unfortunate. I'm not even going to throw a charge move because they're just going to shield it, so it's wasted energy. I'm going to shield up whatever they throw and counter them all the way down, and that's going to allow me to win this game here. Very good game. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. Let me know what you think of this team, and I will catch everyone in the next video.